Tallo's not supposed to do this. Let me show you what we do with tallow like this, brother. This is the ungovernable project. This is what tallo's really supposed to look like. No drip at all, because it's made from 100% grass-fed, pasture-raised suet. And if you want to get yours, go to www.theungovernableproject.com and don't get caught buying bulk.
Welcome back to Kingdom Cast TV. This is episode 13. I am your host, Mighty Fuzz Young. This is my co-host, the great Anthony Graffeo.
What's going on, guys?
And if you haven't subscribed to Kingdom Cast TV, we are on YouTube at Kingdom Cast TV, Spotify, separate words, Kingdom Cast TV. We are everywhere. Kingdom Cast TV. I owe you 100 push-ups, Anthony. I've been doing them all week, actually.
That's good. I'm glad.
Yeah, my chest looking crazy out here.
Who'd you have?
Thank
You got Sleevo, right?
Yeah, just by default, though, because, we can't both choose the same one, right?
Yeah.
And it was a wipeout in New York.
Yeah, it was obvious that was going to happen. And the crazy thing is like all the people that are like, Sleewa, you're the one that ruined the vote. Cuomo would have won. Yeah. No, if you look at the numbers, actually, he wouldn't have won. You go put both of their numbers together, Mamdani still would have won. So
even Eric Adams got 1%. He wasn't even in the race.
It's crazy. New York's cooked no matter what.
Yeah.
It's what you guys are just predestined to have over there. So
you know what's crazy, bro? They always say the cliche saying of like follow the money. It's so annoying, right? But with this situation, you have to follow the money, and you see how New York City has been built. This is the perfect shell of a man, a puppet, to do whatever they want. They put a Muslim face in front of a Jewish agenda and through the pro-Israel agenda. And this is working successfully. All the Republicans, I'm running into people in Long Island, people are texting me that, now the Muslims, and you're seeing it. It's rising out of people, all the Islamophobia that has been created by the government, So it's probably going to get a little hectic out here, bro.
I mean, if Mamdani was such a Muslim, he wouldn't be going to gay clubs to go and promote his run for his candidacy. He was at the gay club. No Muslim, right. No real Muslim is going to a gay club. It's just not happening. He's a LARP. There's videos of him that I've seen since the whole entire situation with him winning, of him like he's like Kamala Harris. Like he changes his accent. Like he has 5 different accents. He's like one day he's French, one day he's South African, one day like same thing. He's a character. He's just another central casting person they put in the seat to go and push out their agenda. This is all part of the New World Order. There is no candidate that is getting put in front of our faces that doesn't have a tie back to the New World Order, whether it's communist Jews on the left or ultra-Zionist capitalist Jews on the right. They're controlled no matter what. I always say it, and I will continue to say it. The left wing and the right wing are connected to the same bird, and that bird wears a tiny hat.
Tiny hat. We still got to get that shirt done. And it's true. There's no political solution. More and more people are that's starting to just be digestible a little bit until it's election time, and you see these people get funneled in, and it's hard to watch because, like you said, these people are selected. They give the illusion of choice. They give the illusion of democracy, which we're not a democracy. While we're on it, and I have it here, people say democracy because we're doing the voting, but they call this country a democracy, and there is no proof in the Constitution at all. You cannot find. This is the contract that our government signs with we the people. There's nowhere in this Constitution that says that we are a democracy. In fact, if we go to Section 4, Article 4 rather, Article 4, Section 4, the United States shall guarantee to every state in this union a republican form of government and shall protect each of them against invasion on application of legislature or of the executive when the legislature cannot be convened against domestic violence. We are a republican form of government. We are a republic. We are not a democracy. If I'll give $1,000, anybody could show in the Constitution that we are a democracy. So what does that mean? That means that the 51 doesn't control over the 49. And Republicans and Democrats are both cheering on their side to weaponize the government against we the people, and people are falling into it. Now the Republicans got the federal in New York, the left has the ball, and we're just weaponizing our government against the other half of the population.
For sure. Immortal Technique has an crazy bar, and it says democracy is a word that they use when the people are starving, and that is like the realest thing you'll ever hear, because they use this idea of that, oh, it's power in the numbers. Don't worry, it's a democracy. You're the majority rules. And that's just not true, because the minority rules, because the 1% rules no matter what. There's no majority. It's just the illusion of the majority. It's the illusion of the vote actually counts, and this is the perfect example of what we had with Donald Trump. Everybody thought Donald Trump was going to be this superhero that's going to change everything, and everything was going to be good. I saw so many people that, at first I bought into it as well. Oh, he's going to stop the IRS. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. Then he came out with this whole entire tariffs thing. And I'm like, listen, this only works if the rest of the government is actually working with you. If the rest of the government is not working with you, this is going to just put our country in more debt. It's going to put it on the U.S. taxpayer to just cover more of the bill. Now, if he did it the right way and had Congress and had everybody behind him for the tariffs, yeah, it could have worked. Could have worked, because that would have paid the taxes. That would have paid the debt, right? But the fact that he hasn't gotten the vote on Congress for these tariffs, and he's going through all these different hoops to try to make this tariff thing happen because his ego is just so strong, and we're already too far along now, right? He's already brought, I think, $4 trillion from tariffs, and he actually came out with a statement today, and I just want to pull it up real fast, that basically the tariffs thing is not going to work. So the U.S. Supreme Court was given the wrong numbers. The unwind in the event of negative decision on tariffs would be including investments made, and to return of funds in excess of $3 trillion. It would not be possible to ever make up for that kind of drubbing that would truly become an insurmountable national security event and devastating to the future of our country, possibly non-sustainable. That's scary. That's scary. That's market crash. We can't afford life, basically, after something like that happens. Right now, it's bad. Right now, we're being squeezed, and we're feeling it, and it hurts. You can't imagine if this tariff thing fails, our country is done. We're cooked.
Because look at it, bro. We're burning the candle from both ends. So, like you said, the tariffs, the corporation was supposed to make money for the people instead of the people paying for the corporation to do as they wish. That's what we were sold. So the tariffs was supposed to, now the taxes should go down, but the taxes are still at the same price. The tariffs are still at the same price, and it comes at the cost of we the people. It always comes at the cost of we the people. Every time there's a situation that happens, we give up our rights and we give more taxes. And no matter if you get Republicans in there or Democrats in there, the same thing keeps happening, bro.
Definitely. And to every single person that was in the MAGA and Q movement that was trying to throw tariffs in people's faces, now what? Right. You better pray. You better pray that the Supreme Court signs off on it. Because if not, if they deny that, we're going to see some real problems in our country. We're already having a lot of problems. It will be much worse. And now they reopened the government, so SNAP's going to be funded. Thank God for that. Yeah. They opened it last night. Well, actually, it has to go through the House. The Senate is voted through, so it will definitely open. But because the Senate was the one that was stopping it, so the filibuster and all that stuff. But now, if this tariff thing fails, this is not going to just be the brunt of some dudes on Section 8 and people that are using food stamps that MAGA and other Republicans were talking shit on.
Yeah.
Saying, oh, let them starve, let them do this, let them do that.
Bro. Apathy.
Now it might come back around on all of you, the middle class as well, the people that have money, because the brunt of this, another $3 trillion on top of our debt, that is not good for our system at all. This will collapse our infrastructure. So it's like,
You could see the inflation, man, especially like if you look at the price of gold, price of silver, everybody's so excited about that. Beware with that. That just means the dollar, the inflation on the dollar, and everything will go up 100%. With your old QAnon eyes, like, do you think this falls and then a new system is offered up? Do you think that's the whole goal? Let situations happen to crash this whole thing?
I mean, it's very possible. I'm not going to take that off the table, right? Like a fake Nassar Jassara or whatever. But the way Trump is saying it there is like he seems like he knows that if this doesn't go through, we're fucked in plain English. Plus, you have this two other ridiculous things that he's saying now, that he wants to do a 50-year mortgage, which is just the banks owning your house, right?
Yeah.
And now it came out that he wants to do a 30-year car loan.
So what do you take away from that?
Cars don't even last 30 years. Like that's
you're right. Good point.
So that's first off.
Shit.
You might be able to get 10 years out of a car nowadays because they're not built the same way that they were. They're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
So you're not, and it's just what you're gonna buy a car and pay it off when you're fucking 80 years old, like,
right?
You know what I mean? Or not 80, but like you know, in your late 50s. Like, let's say you're 20 years old, you buy a car, you're paying your car back at 50 years old. Oh yeah, you could own your car when you're 50. That's ridiculous. That's like, it's usury, you know, it's usury. It's the most disgusting thing that we're trying to get out of our country, and Donald Trump is pushing it even harder on the housing market and now on cars, on car loans. This does nothing but benefits Jewish people.
The interest. Yeah. It extends the interest 100%.
It's so obvious who he works for.
Very Israel of him.
Very Israel of him. Like, that's the most Jewish thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, and I see a lot of people are waking up to it, you know? Like, people are like, whoa, what the fuck is this, you know? So maybe it's this great shakeout that, yeah, we have to crash the system, and then they'll bring in like XRP or something like that, you know? Like, and all I know, like, I was super big on XRP and digital currency for a long time, but like now I look at it as like just another part of the beast, right? It's like, it's the same thing. It's like you're making money off of the system that's going to probably destroy you. So I'm getting rid of mine. I'm getting rid of mine. So it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that we're in deep shit no matter what. You know, you have other situations that are going to pop up as well during all this. Situations like probably Israel and Iran are going to go back to war, and Trump's going to step in on that. So we have a front on 3 different wars right now. You know, he's talking about going and taking out Nigeria. We're obviously about to go bomb Venezuela. The Henry Ford ship, the destroyer ship, just landed in the Caribbean. So it's basically every single thing that Donald Trump said that he was going to do, he did the opposite of. Every single thing. I'm going to stop the IRS. I'm not going to start new wars. Every single thing that he said, he lied about, you know? And this is going back to the conversation of, it doesn't matter who you vote for. They're all owned. You thought Donald Trump was this outsider. You thought he was this, he's not a part of the swamp. JFK Jr. asked him to run. He's going to take out the swamp. And Mariam Adelson's giving him $300 million to go bomb Gaza and rebuild it. And also it came out today that they're going to put a permanent base in Gaza, that the American troops will make sure that there's a ceasefire, an everlasting ceasefire.
Don't worry, America got it. We're going to bring democracy over there.
And what do you think is going to happen? A false flag is going to happen right away. It's going to be USS Liberty on trend. Like, it's going to be horrible, you know? Like, we're setting ourselves up for failure by even dealing with the Middle East at this point. Let the Middle East figure it out, you know? Like, we're trying to create peace over there, but this peace is false peace. You know, Kazakhstan signing into the Abraham Accords. This is becoming very much Greater Israel Project, because the Abraham Accords is basically just saying, like, it's okay, let Israel do its thing. You sign off that they're a state. You sign off that they're going to be cool and kosher. And it will show you that they are not that. They're the opposite of that. They'll go and they'll bomb all kind of countries, from Palestine to Lebanon to Iran to everywhere, because they are genocidal, homicidal maniacs. And they need to be controlled. They need to be put on a leash. They don't need to be put up and propped up on a silver platter to say, Oh, Kazakhstan, don't worry, they're good now. Azerbaijan, don't worry, they're good now. Like, no, that's horrible. It's like, let the Middle East be the Middle East. And I know this is a hard take for people to understand because they've been so programmed by Iran bad, death to America, brown people, Islamophobia. But reality is, Iran should rule the region in the Middle East. I'm not saying that they should have the Greater Iran Project, but they should keep everybody at bay over there. See, all the other countries that are in the Middle East have peace with Iran. Israel is the one that has put all these different sock puppet regimes. You have somebody like Giuliani, who was actually in the White House yesterday, right? You have the leader of the not Taliban, of Al Qaeda, that was cutting off Americans' heads and doing all this stuff, is now having meetings with Donald Trump in the White House the day before Veterans Day, on the Marines' birthday. Like, what a slap in the face that is, right? Like, you literally go to the Middle East, you watch your brothers and sisters die out there for a war that you shouldn't be fighting anyway,
Right.
against the enemy that you were told are like these crazy jihadists that are over there, 9/11, they're killing people, they're doing this, they're doing that. And then you have the leader of that entire thing that you fought for in the White House having meetings with Donald Trump because Israel put their sock puppet in. This is what they've done in all these other countries in the area. So it's like Iran would be able to keep Israel at bay because Iran has enough weaponry to absolutely decimate Israel. Like last time, you weren't on the internet, you took your break, you're, riding the bike to the lighthouses, chilling, sniffing the flowers. But we were in a serious, we were in a serious, situation with the Israel-Iran thing where Iran was just fucking carpet bombing Tel Aviv. It was the most beautiful thing you ever seen in your life because Israel was finally getting its ass whooped at the whooping that it needed. It was like a father with the belt, just like, you're not going to listen to me. You're like, I'm going to show you who's the boss. It was discipline. It was reformation. And you watch these people in America say, Iran's the bad guy. We have to go save Israel. We have to go do that. I don't know about this time. So when this war kicks back off, I think a lot more people will be on the side of Iran because this whole entire MAGA Zionist Christian movement is dying out.
It's shredding, bro. It's shredding.
Dying out.
And it's a beautiful thing. And not in a beautiful thing of like, there's no, we want to be right. It's just the programming. There's still that Republican programming that I'm watching when election time comes and when it comes to Israel, when it comes to war, Islamophobia. That's why it's so important for this 9/11 truth to come out, because you will realize the things that left your mouth the last 5 years or last 20 years rather, the wars we got behind, our brave men and women thought they were fighting for America, fighting for freedom, really thought there were people, Muslim people trying to kill us because they hate America. And when you find out that your veteran cousin who now is addicted to medication or has been killed, God forbid, or you have a family member that it just hasn't been the same since they came home, and you find out that that was on a lie, everything changes. And then we will have people with new eyes looking at the U.S. government very differently.
For sure. I made a post today. It's this great old video. I think it was in like the early 2000s this video came out, but it's a bunch of soldiers that went to like Iraq and Afghanistan, and they're taking their medals and they're throwing their medals and they're saying like, I went to war for the wrong reasons. I got lied to. This is for Palestine. This is for, the people of Iraq. These are for the people of Afghanistan. And they're all throwing their medals, right? It's like sergeants, lieutenants, all these people that were in the army that were sent to, to the Middle East. And I put that up, and today's Veterans Day. And a lot of veterans are coming into my comment section and saying, I did 2 tours. It's the worst thing I ever did. I regret every day. Like, so many soldiers are in this comment section just saying, like, I regret my service. Like, I wish I didn't sign up. I wish I didn't go and fight this war. Because now I know it's a lie. Now I know I got tricked by Israel. Now I know I got tricked by America that was being controlled by. That's the thing. Like, people think like this is a new conversation of Israel has been controlling America. No, they've been controlling America for a very long time. This is not new at all. It's just more in your face now. It's just like the veil is being lifted so you can see what's behind the Iron Curtain now. This has been going on for a long time. And all these soldiers and all these people that are part of this noticing, right, of a part of this waking up, are starting to say, wow, man, like, I got played. Like, think about how QAnon people feel that woke up to Q.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, we were
Now
sitting at
imagine
our
them, bro.
houses, bro. We're sitting at our
Yeah.
houses
We were
posting
cozy.
memes.
Yeah, we were cozy. These people, right? Yeah, and I really hurt for them, bro. I really hurt for them. You know, we you know, I talk to a lot of like military veterans, friends with military veterans, and it's like a hard even conversation to have with them, because I think that they were willing to give their lives. You know, like they
Yeah.
signed up knowing they may not come home.
Yeah.
And to be played as a different level of being played by the government. And this is why it's our responsibility as citizens of America to hold our government accountable, because they did that to our brothers and sisters. They did that to them, and they fought for us. We need to fight for them, and we're not. We're cucking for the right wing. We're cucking for Sliwa. We're cucking for Trump. We're cucking for all these politicians to come save us, and get noticed by the Republican Party, instead of actually doing the work and getting these people unseated, holding them to the Constitution, and holding them for treason, because that's what happened.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you see these guys that are like dismembered and just a half of the shell of the men that they were, because they went to go fight this fake war. It's just, it's depressing to see. But then you have somebody like Brian Mast, who's a senator from Florida, that walks around in an IDF uniform, right? And is missing 2 of his legs, right? He's always showing off his metal legs, that he's some war hero. He actually was a volunteer to go, and he fought with the IDF. That's why he has this IDF uniform. And he's standing there in this picture with Julani, with the leader of the Taliban, smiling. It's like, bro, you literally lost your legs because of this guy, and you're standing there with a big smile on your face. It's like, look, you're the piece of art, and that's the artist. She drew those legs up for you, basically. It's like, and this is how you know that Al Qaeda, ISIS, the Taliban, all these different proxies in the region are all Mossad and CIA trained operatives. At the top, there's probably some crazy, Muslim guys that got radicalized, like, oh, I have to go die for Allah. Like, bro. There's crazy ass patriots in our country that went to January 6th.
There are Christians that blow up abortion clinics, Like,
yeah, you got to.
You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine if we all got judged by that.
Yeah.
So
it's the same way. It's like, to watch this dude cuck for a guy that probably killed his friends and do all this stuff is just like, it's so blatantly in your face at this point. It's like, obviously this whole entire thing has always been a psyop. It's always been controlled at the top. There's never really been any of these crazy terrorist organizations or anything like that. They're all made up. I'm not saying that they're made up in the way that they don't go and fight and go and do horrific things, but it's made up that they're sitting there probably talking to Mossad agents and CIA agents and getting their weapons from there, and all the Contras and all this stuff. There was a picture of John McCain, and he's over with ISIS in Syria. So it's like, yeah, they've been training these guys for so long. Like, these entire wars are scripted reality. This goes back to Albert Pike saying that there has to be this crazy war and Israel will be the centerpiece of it. This is all predisposed and written.
Yeah, man. They did a really good job. And that's always the argument, that who flew the planes? And it's amazing how in a year's time we had an agenda to go into 7 sovereign nations. We found out who the bad guys are. It's in 7 sovereign nations. It took 20 years. It was such a devastating day, 9/11, that they were able to program all of us for 20 years to be okay with just genocide. And when you really just think about that, and if once it starts dying out, the programming dies out, you just have another person get their head chopped off. If you remember through the years, it was like a reboot.
Yeah.
It was a reboot. Here, let's chop another head off. Let's make it go viral on YouTube. And we see it. I'm like, oh, yep, kill another, go into another sovereign nation. And we have blood on our hands, bro. We have blood on our hands, all of us. And we got to take accountability, and we got to fix this, because it's amazing how they use events to get, and trust me, the events will get worse. If we all start unifying and we all start seeing what's going on, the events will be gruesome, and they want our hearts hardened. That's how they control us.
Definitely. And we're watching the 9/11 situation become even more apparent on the things that came in with 9/11, such as the Patriot Act. Now we're watching that come in on steroids with the Real ID, with all of these different things and systems that they're trying to set up, trying to stop hate speech and trying to bring the Islamophobia thing back, like you said, with Zohran Mamdani. Now we have a situation that Kash Patel, who is the leader of the FBI, who's already buried the Epstein thing, is hiding the Charlie Kirk situation. Actually, it just came out. Candace Owens on her show said, it's so weird, but the FBI went to the hospital that Charlie Kirk was at and took all the videos from there. There's absolutely no footage of Charlie Kirk being in a hospital. It's gone. From media to cell phones to the actual cameras inside of the hospital. Now, why would this happen? This would happen to only show that Charlie Kirk was in the hospital. If we don't see that Charlie Kirk is in the hospital, well, what does that lead us to believe? Maybe he's not dead, right? Maybe this conversation that was so crazy a month ago is actually not so crazy at all. All these theories that we spoke about on the show, now they're looking more and more like, hey, Charlie Kirk might not be dead, guys. Like this is like when back to 9/11, when they went to the Pentagon and they took from the gas stations, the Dunkin' Donuts, all in the area, the videotapes that would show that an actual plane hit the Pentagon. Right. This is the same thing. It's going to the hospital to show you Charlie Kirk is there. He has a wound in his neck. He's dead, or he's fighting, or he's doing whatever. There were so many different stories. Oh, he had a pulse, so he's dead. He died on a ride. Like, there's so many different stories that are coming out of it. But now it's like, well, you want to see him there. You know, we don't have an autopsy. We don't have a death certificate. And we don't have a place of burial. And now we don't even have footage of him in a hospital. I wonder what that means. Okay.
It is a little scary how many things that you have said through these last 13 weeks on the episode that has starting to come into fruition. The only thing I honestly could say that I'll give you a pushback on is maybe Erica Kirk is a girl. I don't think she's a man. But other than that, bro, it's scary how many people were probably like so taken back by what you were putting out, and now like I don't know. He might have not, they might have pulled a false flag to groom minds again into a direction. And look what came out of it. Like, it's almost like a dual point of view. Some people are like, we have to get into lockstep with the right wing. They're killing us. The left is killing us. We have to get lockstep with the right wing. And those are the people of fear, and the programming's working. And then you get this whole other side that's like a noticing, like, oh, it's Israel. Israel did this. Israel killed him.
Yeah.
But now there's this, he may not have been killed,
Yeah. And to push back on your pushback.
Here we go. Hit me.
Erica Kirk has a head like a kettlebell. She has shoulders like a linebacker, and she has the hips of an Asian man. So, I don't know. But
that's the only one, bro. That's the only one.
Bone structure does not lie. So, we won't go too deep into that. Let's get back to the main story at hand.
Pickle and iron.
Exactly. So Kash Patel is dating this woman, we'll call her, right? Alexis Wilkins. Alexis Wilkins is a country singer. She worked for PragerU. PragerU is 1000% an Israel-owned intelligence op / Israel first right-wing control
grooming
grid.
center.
It's a grooming center.
Farming. Yeah, like a farm.
It's before Turning Point was around. This is the original Turning Point. Sure. And a lot of people are starting to question, Kash Patel is a 5'6" Indian with bug eyes that has no characteristics of an alpha male or anything that he could get a chick like Alexis Wilkins, right? Alexis Wilkins. So a lot of people are like, oh, she's a honeypot. Like, she worked for PragerU. All of a sudden, she comes out of the dust and she starts dating Kash Patel. Kash Patel starts acting funky. All these weird things start happening. She's a honeypot, right? Well, Alexis Wilkins did not like the fact that people like Sam Parker, who is a great man, and Elijah Schaffer, had something to say about this. So Cash Patel's girlfriend, Alexis Wilkins, has filed a $5 million defamation lawsuit against Elijah Schaefer and Sam Parker for claiming she's a Mossad agent. The lies have gotten out of control. They'll only stop when people understand they will lose everything by spreading them. I mean, that sounds like a real move that a honeypot would do, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to go to the degree of, first off, extremely Jewish suing somebody, right, because of defamation, that's like the most Jewish thing I ever heard. Probably going to have a Jewish lawyer as well. But to sue somebody for $5 million because you don't like what they're saying about you, it's like, what kind of precipice are we setting in this country? Like, what are we saying here? That we can't question our constituents, that we can't question the people that are pushing narratives that are controlling like everything in our country right now? Like, we're talking about the head of the FBI. Like, you're dating him and he's doing everything wrong. He's not releasing the Epstein files, that he wore his Punisher socks on the stage. He's Mr. Q. He's going on different shows in the Matrix, Steaks for Breakfast. He's a base Chad. And then all of a sudden, I don't know anything about the Epstein files. No one's there. Yeah, it's not what you guys think at all. So don't look at Jeffrey Epstein and Charlie Kirk. I got the watch, brother. I'll see you in Valhalla. Like,
what's wrong with you, bro? Yo, the eyes, bro.
Yeah. So weird things have happened since.
Bro, what's wrong with his eyes though? What's going on? Let's start with his eyes.
I think cocaine, honestly. Like,
you think that's the cane?
He's always sniffing. It's like, yeah, well, what's up, guys? Yeah. So Epstein, like, nah.
Bro, when I'm hearing like alternative media outlets that are supposed to be talking about the deep state, this is all a show. Oh, you got to give them a chance. They're exposing everything. They're spoon feeding. I'm like, bro, we are really stupid. Like, we deserve this. Like, our neighbors buy this, and it's, he's obviously not for the people. He's covering shit up. He's cleaning up a mess. It's literally teams pretending like they're opposition, grooming us into this direction.
Exactly.
And he's totally corrupt.
Yeah, I mean, he's having meetings in front of the Senate and the House talking about that we need to go and combat anti-Semitism, that we have to go take over the internet. Right, yeah, exactly. Take over the internet, do all this stuff. It's like, okay, so you completely sold this out. You're not some Q guy. You're not the Punisher. Burn your Punisher socks, because you're nothing like what you sold us at all. Yeah. So they're saying that this girl could be a honeypot. And it's not out of the realm of possibility. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to get sued for $5 million. But, I just don't think that Cash Patel got it like that to bag a chick like that, to be real.
Yeah, he's no Chad. He's no Chad.
Yeah, he's a 5'6" Indian that his eyes pop out of his head.
Yeah.
So, and it's like, this is setting a precipice for more of this to come out, and it's getting really like the First Amendment is dying very fast in our country. Now we have another situation with Mr. And this is so funny because it's always like everything goes back in a circle, right?
Yeah.
I called out Dave Portnoy in 2021.
100%.
I called him Portgoy. I've been calling him out for the longest time, and people were so mad at me.
Yeah.
So mad at me because they were idol worshiping Barstool Sports. He's a great guy. He's done this for small businesses. He's done this. Well, he's also posted a picture of Tom Brady's naked 2-year-old son and said, look at his howitzer. He's done all of these different disgusting things where he makes jokes about rape. He's just a scumbag to the highest level. He pushes gambling, degeneracy. He's a Jew. He's a Jew that's LARPing as some Italian guy. Oh, look at me. I'm eating the fucking pizza. I'm the Mr. Tough guy over here. What are you going to do about it, eh? Oh, we watch sports and look at naked girls. Come on, man. I'm one of you guys. But as soon as anything happens, it's a true story. The first situation that happened with Dave Portnoy was with Mo Khan. Mo Khan is a kid from Philadelphia. He goes to Temple University, and him and his friends were out at Barstool, a bar in Philly, and they popped a bottle and they got one of those signs that the chicks come out with, and it said "fuck the Jews" on it. Dave Portnoy canceled this kid to you could not believe what levels. He got kicked out of school. He lost his internship that he worked his whole life to get, and basically destroyed Mo Khan. Mo Khan was already following me prior to this. He DM'd me and he was like, yo, I'm the kid that you just posted, da-da-da. And I'm like, oh shit, like, okay, what's going on? Like, he's like, dude, I don't know what to do. I was like, honestly, bro, do not apologize, double the fuck down and go in. And I put him in contact with people like Sam Parker. I put him in contact with people that he got his little run on. And I'm actually going on his show tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. But Mo Khan was the one that really set this precipice of the basic understanding of who Dave Portnoy actually is, that he's a Jew that believes in cancel culture. We exposed him to the highest level. But now we have another situation, and I don't agree with this situation. Let me just get out in front and say this, that I don't agree with this situation. This is not the way that we should handle it, because this just makes us look bad. I would even go to the degree that this might be a psyop, that this kid got paid to do this to Dave Portnoy. Okay? So Dave Portnoy was in Mississippi at a football game, and he's doing one of his pizza reviews.
Oh, I like it. Hey, fuck the Jews! Fuck you, Dave Portnoy.
Not cool.
Why you come in the camera, buddy? Why you come here?
Oh my gosh. That was awful.
Hey, fuck you, pussy! Fuck you!
Go away.
Bitch! Fuck you!
There's the good Goyim in the back, acting tough for Dave Portnoy. But I don't agree with going up to somebody and saying fuck the Jews and throwing quarters at them. Like, that's just it's being an edgelord. It's not doing anything good. It's kind of like a gypsy crusader kind of thing. It's like, we don't want to get a rise out of these people. We don't want to bring attention to us being a disturbance to these people. You know, now this kid is in trouble. He has a disturbing the peace charge against him. I don't agree with him getting arrested either. You know, I mean, to be able to express how you feel, like, I could go up to you if I saw you in the street and say fuck you, right? I'm not going to go to jail for that. Let's say I punch you in the face, then I'm going to jail, right?
Right.
That's assault.
The guy's definitely wrong for throwing the quarters, though. That's assault. You're throwing something at him. You know, he's definitely wrong for that. That's not protesting. You're harming somebody, whether it's minor or whatever. Just don't touch nobody. You know. He has every right to say what he feels. But I look, right, and this will get a good response, and then all they need to do is show one beating of a Jew and forget about it. This is why we have to stop it. This is why we got to cancel all the podcasts that are talking about real things with evidence, because now they're beating up Jews. And that's how it works, guys. That's how it works. And it will be effective. I think it's amazing how outright these Republicans are. Even your governor, bro, with Abbott coming out, saying that he's going to support anti-Semitism bills.
Yeah, I'm fucked.
I believe Santis already implemented some things, you know?
Yeah, I'm fucked. I'm probably going to end up in a gulag probably within the next year. But it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to change my tune.
You have a lot of like-minded. Let me tell you, bro, like, that was the beautiful thing about the New York du jour, right? Because we didn't have a lot of like-minded people, both on the right and the left. It was a literal just a small amount of people coming together, non-political at all, no backing of any political party, and just holding them accountable and educating their neighbors, right? You know how more effective that would be in, like, Texas?
Oh, yeah, for sure. No question. And if I get arrested, or if I get killed, or if I get anything like that, my message just becomes stronger. That's all it does. It just makes me more inevitable than ever.
Yeah. 100%.
It's better to silence me and shadow ban me than it is to delete me, to arrest me, to cancel me, or to kill me. Because then my message becomes stronger. Then I become more of an actual source that people are like, whoa, this guy actually, you know, he was over the target the whole time. They took him out. You know, that's a power that you can't buy. That's William Cooper status right there. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I'm going out like Cooper. I'm not going out like a pussy. Fuck that.
Dude, your page is now getting hit, and it's crazy. It's like, you're effective. People are not only watching what you're posting, but they're learning from it, and then they're starting to say the message, and that's what we want. We want more of us. Bigger target. They isolate us. They got me in like a little prism. My message not getting that at all. They try to do that to you on some days. Luckily, you're reporting with Meta, and that's really important. We got to keep you afloat. But the main thing is for people to listen to what the message is here at Kingdom Cast, what Anthony's putting out, what myself is putting out, and you do it too. This is not, we really want to change this shit. We want to make it where Republican politicians fear saying that they're going to go after the First Amendment. They need to fear that. They don't fear it right now. They actually think you're going to get behind it. And if we start seeing things happen in isolated incidents across the country to Jews, you'll see these Republicans go lockstep with going against the First Amendment.
No question. And we're watching it happen in real time. Like there's a lot of people that are waking up to this issue, but there's also people that are saying we should dox and cancel people because they said something bad about Charlie Kirk. So it's like we're in a tug of war right now with like people that are actually for the First Amendment and people that are actually fighting against the First Amendment.
Right.
It's like,
yes,
that's what's happening right now. But if you have these kids like Mokan and others that are now expressing their voices, I think Gen Z is what gets us out of this mess. Because once the boomers are gone, Israel loses all its support. Gen Z is what's going to rise up and be the catalyst that is going to stop the foreign interests in our country. People that are coming up in this next generation and the generation after ours are going to be the ones that are going to bring this out. So, I see a lot of kids that follow me that are younger, that are building really big platforms, and I'm really happy for them. I don't care if I'm shadow banned. I don't care if I become huge. This is not for clout. I've been doing this for 25 years. It makes me more happy to see a testimonial of a person that listened to me, took that information, and built something bigger than I did. That's what legacy is. Legacy is putting out a message and putting out a stamp on this life and then having other people follow that protocol and doing it better than I did it. I have no jealousy or envy to these people that are blowing up. I'm happy for them because they are fighting on the same war front that I am and you are.
100%. And as long as remember, you can get attention and be part of the deep state when you're not fighting the deep state. So that's what the message is, to separate from the deep state. The message is to separate from the machine. And it's not an easy, as Anthony's saying, it's not an easy road. You will get banned. How many pages have you went through, brother?
22.
22 pages. So it's not, you're gonna lose your pages. You're gonna have to rebuild from the bottom up. But that's the main thing. That's why we're in this, to try to help our brothers, our neighbors. Because if we don't, we're all gonna be under that same system. It doesn't matter what your political positions are. Once they crash this system, and we have to rely on digital ID, digital currency, it's a whole nother ball game. If people are not fighting now while we have a shot, there'll be no fighting. And they'll just silence and put you in an echo chamber in the abyss of online.
Exactly. And you made a good point about like that it has to be for the right message and not for the deep state. Because when we were doing the Q thing and being a champion for Trump and all these people, we were actually doing it for the deep state. And the crazy thing is like they made it look so real with the WWE tactics of like Trump's the bad guy, no one likes him, the rappers don't like him, this one don't like him. Now he's on TV telling football plays. He's doing all these different things, and the people that hated him all of a sudden are all accepting of him. All of a sudden, back in the day, you'd post a Q drop and you'd be deleted immediately. Now there's these huge influencers in the Q space that are posting drops every day and nothing's happening to their pages. So it's like a huge shift of like, we're going to make you look like this is you're on the fringe, that you're going against the system. But then when it actually comes out and to the level that we're at now is like, no, you're actually working for the system. Right. You're actually getting clout and growing bigger to basically feed the beast that's going to destroy you.
And dude, yeah, and just one more thing on this because it's important. So let's get granular. So whether it's a democratic message that you have, anti-Trump, And that's why we need socialism. That's why we need communism. We need something new, guys. We need something new. You're part of that beast that Anthony's talking about. On the Republican side, if you're like, we have to think free, we have to separate from the deep state, and you need to vote Republican, whether it's for Sliwa, Trump, any of these guys, Rubio, the alternative media has been totally taken over by this echo chamber of the right wing. We have to separate from this establishment. A lot of these people that are put in front of us that get a lot of traction, it's not hate. I'm just telling you, these are right-wing points of view because we were in the right-wing echo chamber. We know. We're not hating on nobody. We're actually would be excited and be championing you guys too if you're separated, but I know it comes at your pockets. And this is why we have to choose our integrity over attention.
Definitely. And, to get into this topic that we're going to get into next, it all ties in together because we champion this man. This is somebody that, I said I was going to have pool matches with, somebody that I made memes for, I did all this stuff for, who I really did believe he was watching my page, and I still believe to this day he's watching my page, okay? Dan Scavino. A lot of people, I've been posting about him now on my page. A lot of people don't even know who Dan Scavino is. Dan Scavino was Trump's caddy since he was 18 years old. So he came up with Trump since the beginning. He was also one of the figureheads in the QAnon movement. He was believed to be the one that was actually running Q, that he had the full inside map, that he's working directly with Trump to take down the deep state. They called him Delta Dan, all this stuff. A lot of people in the Q movement still very highly respect Dan. And I'm not going to talk shit on Dan. I'm just saying, he's also a traitor. If he's with this administration, if he's with the things that Trump is doing, then he's a traitor. And that's just what it is, bold-face. And I saw this situation with Alexis Wilkins and Kash Patel, and then all of a sudden this happened with Dan. Dan started dating this girl, Erin Elmore. Erin Elmore is a Jewish woman. She is a Zionist. She's very pro-Israel. And even if you look into Dan's history, Dan already has 2 Jewish kids. So this guy loves Jewish women. He already married a Jew prior and had 2 kids, so his kids are Jewish. And now he's with this chick. So I posted on my page this picture that he posted. This is Dan Scavino with Erin Elmore, okay? Now, I posted this picture, and I said, oh, look, they're giving out Israelis like Oprah was giving out minivans, right? They're just handing out these Israeli chicks to everybody in Trump's administration, from Kash Patel now to Erin Elmore with Dan Scavino. So I post this. It goes viral. Then Dan Scavino makes this post last night, which, we could look at it in a couple different ways, but in my personal opinion, I don't know. I think it's a shot. For those of you that I haven't heard from in 5 years, I ask that you please stop emailing, texting, and calling me respectfully. If you haven't heard back from me by now, please get the hint. I've missed y'all, but not that much. Thank you for your attention to this matter, DS. Right? So, am I looking at it too deep to say, is that directly at me? Could this be at a bunch of other people? Whatever. Well, this is
have you been trying to contact him?
I mean, he's definitely seen my post. For sure. I mean, there's definitely people that probably sent it to him, or he has a burner. He used to watch all the old Anon accounts. Still possibly be watching me. I don't know. But the weird thing is that after I made this post about Erin Elmore, and he made that post, prior on his Instagram page, he had this video pinned. This is the video of his faking gay proposal to Erin Elmore. Watch how ridiculous this is. He had that pinned on his page the day prior. That post is not pinned on his page anymore.
After your post.
After my post, that post is not pinned on his page anymore.
Interesting.
So, does he not want people to see that post? Does he not want people to see that he's dating this girl that believes in things like this? See, I'm not going to pull an Elijah Schaefer here and say she's a honeypot, but I will say that she's a pro-Israel Zionist in a major way.
To Cristiano Ronaldo, to The Rock, to Justin Bieber, down to Taylor Swift. They have over 4 billion total followers. We have paid money to see their concerts, a lot of money for Taylor Swift. We see their movies, we cheer them on at games, we buy their products, and we needed them the most right now and right here, and they were not there to support us. So what we have learned is that these people aren't people that have a strong moral fortitude. They fall in line because that's just what Hollywood does.
Maybe we'll see a boycott.
She's talking about that Hollywood actors that Israel owns, that the Jews own, are silent about Israel. Okay, that is not an America first position.
Right.
That you're so worried about these Hollywood actors talking about Israel, right? Now you have also this. Gail Gadot, who actually was a part of the IDF. Actress Gail Gadot is being canceled for praying for her home country, Israel. Pray for the people of Israel. Also tags TPUSA. Okay. Weird, right? Now let's pull up the last one here. This will if those didn't do it for you, I'm sure this one will do it for you. To all the anti-Semitic celebrities virtue signaling your way through the social media platforms expressing love for Palestine, stop. Your opinions on Israel aren't grounded in reality. If Hamas puts down their guns, war ends. If Israel puts its guns down, it fails to exist.
Right.
I mean, she's obviously Israel first.
Right. Right.
Clearly, that's the message that she's giving us. So I want to just say something to the Q people here. Dan was our guy, right? We were championing him, saying that he's Delta Dan. He's the one. He's going to stop the swamp with Trump. He's this fucking superhero that's quantum riding around in a spaceship, right? And one of the main things that Q talked about was Israel for last. Is Israel for last marrying, getting engaged to an Israeli woman that is Israel first? Because that sounds like Israel's for first. That doesn't sound like Israel for last at all. What's he just going to rug pull her? He's just going to propose to her and say, oh, you know what? We're actually going to come and take down your entire country because I'm with the QAnon movement. We're here for Israel last. We're gonna arrest all the traitors in Israel.
Yeah.
You guys are smoking crack if you think that.
So you and Dan Scavino a few years ago had correspondence. What was that like?
I mean, like I would post something, then he would post something like generally that like was a reflection of my post, whether it was like a meme, like I posted my guinea pigs, for example, right? That one looked like Trump, so I named him Trump. And then like he posted a video of like a fucking groundhog. Like just weird shit, you know, like things like I would say something and like he would say the exact word that I said in his post. And like I would at him and be like, Dan, give us a calm. Dan, do this. Dan, do that. And he would do it, you know? And like people that are in the Q movement know I'm not bugging on this at all. Like they've seen it happen.
He followed you. No, Dan Scavino followed you and stuff, right? You guys.
He didn't follow me like personally, but like he definitely had a burner page watching me. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely seen my post. There's no question about it. Like there's been thousands of people that have added him in my posts, so it would be impossible. And now he's shut off that you can't mention him, so you can't even mention him anymore.
Right.
So that's weird right there alone. Like for a while he was like interacting with the nons and doing all this stuff, and like now it's like he shut off his mentions. He's marrying an Israeli woman that's Israel first. He's going along with the whole entire Epstein's a hoax and all of this stuff that Trump is saying and that Trump's a part of. So Dan Scavino's a traitor. He's just like Kash Patel. He's just like all these other people. He's a traitor. He's not on our side. No one is coming to save us. There is no political solution. There is no white hats coming to storm or anything like that. And people are getting mad at me and calling me a traitor because I'm starting to see the things that they can't see. Sorry.
Because you're America first. Because our message is truly America first. their America First wasn't America First. It's just in words. It's what I noticed. Like, people are very shallow, right? Like the Republicans, oh, I'm a constitutionalist, but never read the Constitution. It's the same thing with America First. I'm America First, but I'm okay with all the wars that we're in right now. And I'm concerned, man. If they start sending our military out, that we should be concerned that something's going to happen here. And I can't put it past this administration, honestly. I remember when Trump used to go around on his rallies and he used to tell that story about the snake.
Yeah.
And even though he was talking about the migrants and stuff like that, like you're gonna let in the Trojan horse and then they're gonna act. One, our military would stop that if they thought that was a threat, but they didn't. But two, when he used to tell that story over and over again, I gotta be honest, even when I was supporting Trump, it always rubbed me the wrong way, bro. It always gave me like the heebie-jeebies a little bit. And I wonder, knowing that he's been a con man, knowing that he's the art of the deal, I truly think who better than him to sell the Patriots a bag of bullshit
He is a
and
snake.
play them.
He is a snake in that story. He was throwing it in our face the whole time.
Right? Like it always I just remember hearing him like, I don't know. I don't feel like
he was
you're
a
talking
snake.
about the migrants.
Yeah, he was a snake, bro. He was a snake because it goes back to the karmic law. They have to tell you. They have to show you. He was telling you. He was showing you.
Revelation of the method. Yeah.
Yeah, man. We're in for a crazy ride here.
Yes,
as we keep on progressing into this dystopian end times like system, this beast system. Well, Kingdom Cast will still be reporting on it. So we're here till the end. We're here till the end.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yo, great show, bro. Episode 13, Kingdom Cast, and we're out.